everyone. Welcome back to another Rasa's Creepy Reading. And today we're going to be reading the Bwystfel. What the hell? You'll see it on the title of the episode. But it looks like someone literally just slammed their hand on the keyboard to spell this. Either that, if I'm wrong, I'll put it in the box below. Anyway, let's begin. When I was a child, I lived in Ratchshire. I really suck at pronunciation of other cities. One of the 7 children, and the youngest of all of 6 girls. Okay, so our character's female. Thank you for that info. As my parents had 6 other girls and an infant boy. Oh, that's going to be awkward, especially when it comes to hand-me-downs. They let me to myself, and I ran about like a wild thing. You mean like a wild animal? But what number are you out of the 6? Whatever. Not that they don't love me, but they had other things to do, like dealing with 6 other girls and a baby boy. No, 5 other girls and a boy. Sorry, I suck at math right now. When I was about 5, when I began to see the title of the creature, it roamed about the farm, slipping in the shadows, and the only way to see it was to look at the shapes that were darker than the spaces between the stars. Okay, so it's some creature. So they also live at a farmhouse. That's more detailed information that would be helpful. And it's some creature that slips in the shadows. So it's the equivalency of Gengar from Pokemon, where it can hide in the shadows, and the only way you know where it's at, that your shadow is darker than the spaces between the stars. So meaning that if there's stars up in space, between that is darker than that. Ow, my head. Its mad eyes were like coal sparks. Okay, so can you use it to smoke a cigarette? It laughed like a goat in pain. Goats? I never heard of goat in pain. The only thing I've seen as the equivalency of a goat in pain is a fainting goat. And it was always angry. For how you're describing it, I'll be angry too. I watched it from a distance. Yeah, I would be more scared of what the hell is that thing and trying to tell my parents about the roaming thing. One spring, I saw it kill a nest of sparrows, closing its hands about the nest until the little naked bird smothered on its flesh. Okay, so whatever this creature is, it has hands, and it's smothered a nest of sparrows, so it has big hands if it gets crushed the nest, and it has flesh, so it's mammalian. Okay. One summer, it poisoned the sheep. Easy. It took a urination in its water supply, biting the ew's leg until rot and infection. Ugh, that's one evil bite if it causes the leg to rot and get infected. Though, would it be more infected and rotten? Ate into their flesh. That no doubt, of doctoring could fix it. Why don't you just do what Ash did? He cut his arm off. Later, it sulked into the shed and sliced the handyman's chest open. Okay, I'm pretty sure the handyman would have been screaming in pain and no one heard his ass. He would have been more of like, ah! 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 And nobody would have heard him? Then danced his blood up the walls and over the rafters. What the hell? My parents said it was an accident, but knew better. Yeah, I'm wondering what this story they're gonna go with. Our handyman accidentally cut himself. His blood is poured up on the walls, on the ceiling, and I'm pretty sure he was dry humping the lawnmower. I have no clue. The creature did it. I can't say its bloody name. I told my father, and he boxed my ears for being a little liar. Wait, boxed my ears? What, did he just do the... Or did he do that? No one believed me at all, except the creature itself. It grew angrier. At night, it crept into my room, giggling and ripping the blankets away and pinching me with its weird, fleshy... that don't give any details. I shared a bed with two of my sisters. We didn't have a separate room like you do. Yeah. Based on the age I was, if I was that girl's age, I was the same. And when the creature came, we shivered together, too afraid to move until morning, because my sisters are too afraid to tell everyone that they saw the creature too. We were very little girls, and nobody trusted us with a candle. I'm pretty sure because you're at the age where you may accidentally trip the candle falls, and so we had no way to drive the thing away. It tormented us in whispers, calling us names and telling us we were bad children. Okay, this creature killed a nest full of birds, poisoned a sheep, killed a man, and now it's just teasing little girls. What kind of freaking creature is this? Because our prayers that it would leave us weren't answered. My sisters refused to speak a word of it. Well, that makes... What? They're too afraid that I'll kill them in their sleep? And they wore the infected bruises like jewelry. Okay, so this creature hurt them enough that it caused an infection in the limbs, and they can't even tell their parents that they're injured. If it would have done to a sheep, I would have told anyone to try to at least remove the limb, saying that they had fallen over and been bitten by a cat. Wouldn't it be scratched by a cat? Cats don't bite that much. If it was bit by a dog, it would have made more sense. I decided I would have to find the creature myself and scare it away. I took a silhouette of Florence Nightingale that my mother gave us when we were sick, and a stone. It was with a hole in it. What the? Sorry, I'm a little tired. A lot of crap I'm dealing with. Okay, so she's gonna fight the creature, well, scare it away, and she's holding a statuette of Florence Nightingale, one of the very first nurses, and her mother gave it to her, all of them, to hold when we were sick, and a stone with a hole in it. What? Is that like the Spiderwick Chronicles, with that stone in the hole where you could just... But wait a minute, she could already see it, so there may be a purpose with that. Bow for luck. As it turned out, I would need luck. I walked for ages, get lost, and eventually stumbled into a small wooded corpse where I've never been before. Wooded? So there's a wooden... So when a tree dies, it leaves a wooden corpse? Or does it take in the shape of a human and turns into a corpse? Okay. Under the tree, it was cold air, and pine needles and dry leaves lay thick upon the patchy grass. I clutched Florence, and then I saw the bones. You mean that little white creature that's running around with his cousins? Can you do me a favor and smack the one with the t-shirt in the head? Bleached and ancient, they laid scattered in a circle. Small bones, large bones, bones half buried in the loam. The loam? The loom? Nah. Bones with scraps of dried flesh still clinging to them. A sheep skeleton hung suspended in a tangle of blackberry bushes. We get it! This thing loves bones! And the canes have grown through the eye sockets of birds. I started to cry. I knew I found the den of the creature. Or it's a sadistic bear. Or a sadistic wolf. The creature appeared from nowhere, crouched down on the tawny grass, like a cat about to pounce. Okay, what does this creature look like? You never really gave us a description, so I can't just picture what it could look like. The ivory of the bones jutted up around it like little fingers, crawling, trying to drag it down. You better run, small girl, the creature hissed. Better run, or your brother boy will break his bones. Snap, snap. It vanished. So, run away, or my brother will break his bones? What the? Wait, your brother boy will break his bones. Only to appear again behind me. Terrified, I flung my lucky... Sorry? My lucky stone at it. The stone passed right through its head, and the ghoul screamed. It's a ghoul? So is this even a real creature or just some ghost? I've seen enough. I bolted, dropped Florence, rushed headlong towards where I thought the nearest road should be. Once there, I kept going. My skirt ripped to ribbons by thorns, and my legs stung with nettles. Nettles? I have no clue what a nettle is. I think it's a grass-like plant, I'm guessing. Or is it those little annoying plants that stick on you and it drives you up the bloody wall when you're trying to remove it? Okay. Until turning a corner, I ran smack into my grandfather. He was a big man, my grandfather, and he swung me off my feet and held me at the top. Okay. So her grandfather was lucky enough to find her, save her while she was crying, when we have still no clue what the hell this creature is, but somehow a ghoul. What's wrong, darling? He asked when I calmed some. I told him of the creature and what it had said, and instead of being angry, as my father had been, he listened, his brow furrowed. Are you feeling brave, darling? I just ran like hell! I'm not brave! Do you think you could be brave for me? When I nodded, he had shown me where I've gone. Okay, so you are going back to where the creature is. I'm gonna be more scared. Then he sat me on a bank and gave me his best silver snuff box to hold. Okay, I'm going after the creature, he told her. Bye, Grandpa! You stay here in the sunshine, and I'll be back soon. If any bad... I'm not even going to try. Comes, you hit it with that. If I know what they're trying to say is, I would have tried to say it as many times, but okay, I'll give it a Bwystfel. So basically, Grandpa, don't know what Grandpa could be like, so he's big and muscular, for what she's saying, is going to fight the creature while she's waiting there in the sunlight, scared out of her mind. So I waited, shaking, afraid of my granddaddy. Sorry. Afraid of my granddaddy and afraid of the creature. And I was afraid of what Mother would do if I lost Florence. Okay? Finally, back Granddad came, flushed and bleeding from 100 cuts on his hands. He looked angry, more angry than I ever seen him, for he was the mildest of men. Okay, so whatever happened, he's pissed off. I'm I guess he just kept screaming, Die! 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 The beast is dead again, he told me, and under the soil where it belonged. So this ain't the first time it died! He spat on the earth and the ground, the moisture, and with the boot heel. What do you mean, dead again? I asked. Even she agrees! Granddad was quiet for a time, and then he said, The creature was a damned one who hurt small things because he loved pain. When I was a boy, old Thomas killed him, but young Thomas found where he laid and let him out. Okay, so it was some creature, some person who was a psychopath, and old Thomas, whoever that is, killed him. But young Thomas found where he laid and unburied him. Okay, I'm still questioning some confusions. I sort him out for good soon, and he won't bother you anymore. When he arrived at my father's house, he made an excuse for my torn dress and tan-steered face, saying I'd been attacked by a dog, and Florence had been broken as I tried to escape. Okay? And then with without another word, he went to the shed and fetched the dead handyman's bottle of whiskey and gunpowder and a box of matches. Flamethrower? I don't know. What, he's like, I may have killed it, but I'm gonna light its ass on fire to make sure. Man, Grandpa's badass! I never went back, but I heard of a fire that burned bone den trees to the ground. God damn. Okay. This story's a little confusing. Besides the fact I can't pronounce what this creature is and I kept calling it a creature, it's doing the usual cliches, parents aren't listening, this creature's doing some evil things, and yet we really don't know much. We know it's something that was torturing, is a little psychopath, and somebody killed it, and then a younger person, like, dug up its grave, more likely releasing the spirit to be more of a dick, and Grandpa is somehow a badass, took down the creature, and then desecrate the grave by lighting the whole thing on fire. I really can't say much about this. If it gave you a little bit more details, like even about the character, it's just a simple character. I'm sorry, it seemed interesting and good, but I have to give it a 3. I'm not homemade. I'm sorry, but if you gave me more details of like the creature, the characters, the environment, it would be more better. I would have gave it a higher rating.